44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and they head with that shit.
Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I did it, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for it, I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They said you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin on kindness. I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. And it feel like Jeepers Creepers. Say they want some smoke, dog. Try bro, these chimney sweets coming like we coming. You can't even count. These niggas don't run it like we running. Bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till them do us part. So if you wanna leave, you can leave, bitch. Bless your heart, fine then. I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Oh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, back and seal. I heard they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rate for real. Take over in effect, yeah, I'm fully focused. You might not see it on me, just know it's women, that bitch fully loaded. Ooh, yeah, we up and rolling. Told them I need major motion. Think I'm joking, I'ma school them niggas like they baby Jody. Got it out the dust, now I'm too clean, don't know why they hate me. What you want out life, dog? Guns and butter, baby boy. UPK top, dog. Certified road runner. I'ma turn that E-Line into a damn tank. I got choppers stashed in that attic like they in Frank. They had that shit on lock till I snapped on them like ball cutters. You cannot play both sides, gotta choose your colors. See him throwing that one up with that W, that's my blood, bro. Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, I'm gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the dust, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He nice, but he don't show the skills, how I show the skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a man, circle tight, yeah, back and seal. Said they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real.
Shalom. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I.S.U.P.K. today is run by Commanding General YAHANNA, the man with the rank and the authority. I.S.U.P.K. to be the leader of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who are the Israelites of the Bible. I.S.U.P.K. began 1969. Yahweh Basham Yawashai Barakata to the brothers, Yahweh Shamar Elatan Basham Yawashai to the sisters. Welcome to our Wednesday evening law class. I.S.U.P.K. rocking and rolling again.
Shalom, sir.
Shalom.
Yahweh Shem Shakata.
Yahweh Shem Yawashai Barakata. All right. Today's topic now, we talk about Christ is the one true king over Israel and Judah. Why we name it that way? Because, you know, when you read the scriptures, there is so many different kings that has reign over Israel, so many different rulers, really, over Israel and over Judah. And believe it or not, every single one failed. Yet the one who didn't fail didn't really sit on a throne, but will be sitting on a throne. Um, Start our reading at Kings, Second Kings chapter 13.
Canada one can. This is the book of Second Kings, chapter 13 and verse 1. In the 23rd year of Joash, the son of Ahaziah, king of Judah, Jehoahaz, Slakia, the son of
Jehoahaz.
Jehu, began to reign over Israel in Samaria and reigned 17 years.
Continue.
Verse 2, and he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, and followed the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, which made Israel to sin. He departed not therefrom.
All right, so that is one of the other thing now, which this was in the northern kingdom, right? Which was called Israel, and the southern kingdom was called Judah. Now in Israel, the northern kingdom, you always have this which is termed the sin of Jeroboam, which Jeroboam gave the people the golden calf to worship. So, and every king who came on the throne after Jeroboam in Israel, none of them removed that golden calf. They all kept it, which was what make the main thing will make all of them fail. Even when I check Jehu slaughter the house of Baal, wipe out the house of Baal. But Jehu was a Baal, a golden calf man. So even though he showed so much zeal for the Most High God, he didn't go to Jerusalem to worship. Big failure again on his part. And this other king now, what's his name?
Joash.
Joash also. What it said, he did
that which was evil
that
in the
was
sight of the
evil in
Lord.
the sight of the Lord.
Okay.
Because he followed the sins of Jeroboam, which made Israel to sin. He departed not thereof. So once you sit on that throne and you don't move it and you go at that golden calf temple, because you want to keep the people under your wing. It's just like today's day, where these heathen rather keep you, the Israelite, in darkness rather than say, you know that you are the most highest people.
Right.
And leader after leader, president after president in big, great, bad America, you know, none admitted. Popes after popes, you know, kings after kings in Europe, and none of them admit that we are the most highest people. Well, they are heathens, but our people did similar thing unto them, unto our people. Our leaders that were of our people did a similar thing.
Right.
From when BC, right? Whereas they did not let the people know, or even if people them find out. So you know, Jerusalem is supposed to worship. They kept them worshiping in Dan and I think Beersheba, where the two golden calves were. And everyone, the Most High, stated in the scripture, they did evil in the sight of God. And it's like it's to them at the time. I suppose it's like now where our leaders say they are Christians. After a while, they realize what Christianity really is and who are the true Jew, and they keep on saying that they are Christian.
Right.
Rastas doing the same thing.
Right.
After a while, the Rastas they realize that Rastafarian is not the way, but they're gone so far in that I have so many men behind them. They can't now go and tell the people that this is not the way we should be going.
Gone.
Right. By the way, a little sidebar. You managed to get any information on what we heard about the killing the rest of them in Shashamani?
Not on the ground, but Muta did a thing on it where he interview somebody who know about it and he basically tell everything where go on up there, isn't it? Slack, yeah.
So it was true.
Yeah, a true thing, man. A real thing, man. Real thing.
Yeah, man, and the Rasta community. You see, this is the arms house thing about it again. They are not telling their people what is happening.
La.
Just like what the kings here back from BC were doing. And yet still they are now trying to tell us that Bible is outdated. The Bible is not outdated. You can't say the book is outdated when you are making the same mistakes that was made thousands of years ago. It can't be outdated. Make some different mistake and then you say, yeah, we get over those things now, so that in the past is outdated.
Right.
You can't say it's outdated and you're doing the same thing. You get me? So what Jeho did is the same thing like what Christians are doing today, same thing like what the Rastas are doing. Right? In that, they find out that what the road that they were traveling on is wrong, but they can't turn back. Can't turn back. And I mean, this thing in Shashamane getting more and more serious. Because if they start target them now to kill them out, it means then that, all right, we want you out and you're not voluntarily flying out by the plane, then we're going to take you out the next week. And this time, there's no buyer for them, for them to sell them in slavery so as to get them off their land. So they're going to either have to stand up and fight, which they can outnumber the Ethiopians. But the Ethiopians know that they are not their people. Understand?
Right.
How can you now be saying, well, they are Ethiopians? When Ethiopian, they want to kill you off. That interview was on radio, right?
La, that one wasn't on radio. I'm talking about what going on up at Bobo Hill. That no was where me hear Sizzler say, out of mouth say, them a kill off, you know what I mean? We can't confirm that part. You understand? But, you know what I mean? More than, without us want to know which source him get that information they from.
The interview with Muta.
That they on YouTube. That is about Bobo Hill, not about the Shashamane situation.
Oh. But, you know, if Sizzler said that, Sizzler not going to say that and it not happening, because...
Can't go as far to say to him that, well, basically what you are telling me is worse than when me I try bring out to you, because me never know say them I get killed off up there, and him say, like, him basically I say, well, it seems like you don't know, you know, research. I might try to be arrogant, you know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's lucky.
But We need to dig somewhere in that, you know.
Gone.
It's just
Yeah,
like
man.
what we brought out from what, if it
Yeah,
wasn't for the lady there, who is not a Rasta, who bring it out in the gleaner, we would know.
right.
And it's
Gone.
something that was going on for years, and the Rastas not saying anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Gone.
want them out there talk about, so what, we don't have to fight until we get it. And the hypocrisy is they are not over there. Those who are pushing, they are not over there. They are
Gone.
here and telling
Mm-hmm.
people. And they are not going either. But you say you are, it's just like if a Jamaican want to come back home. Which Jamaican out there go tell himself he's not a Jamaican, go back to your country.
Right.
Right? You have Jamaicans who get deep out here who wasn't born here, but their parents, the same Windrush thing there. Their parents
Good.
they're born of Jamaican parents, and they didn't get no British citizenship, and they commit a crime. What do you think they do? They're 20 years old. They send them in Jamaica.
Gone.
All right. And this is the evils that our people are faced.
Gone.
Even from the time when we were being ruled by our own people, there are those who try to block us from communicating with the Most High in the true way.
Mm-hmm.
And even in Judah, some of the priests them get corrupted, right? And when Christ, in the time of Christ, that was what was happening. They got corrupted and start going after filthy lucre. All right, read on.
Gone. Another one. Gone. Verse 3. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel, and and he delivered them into the hand of Hazael, king of Syria, and into the hand of Ben-Hadad, the son of Hazael, all their days.
So this is how God. This kind of punishment we have been treated as a people, so we know that it's not. This punishment that the Most High give us is not like when a child um misbehave and the parent just take the rod and scold the child, right?
Gone.
In a punishment like that the child is still in the parent's house. The
Right.
parent just correct him. But all the Most High correct us, him send us into other nation, go serve as
Gone.
their slave. The since as you don't want to stay in my house, go and go live with them people. Because you think them people are like you, right? It's just
Right.
like the man outside, you see you are outside of your house, want to tell you how to raise your children. And then your children now start listening to them. If you should tell your children, all right, since as you believe in that man, go and go live with him. What do you think would happen? You would have become a piece of servant in that man yard,
Right.
under that man household, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if your daughters then become a sex slave under that man household,
Mm-hmm.
you'd have never believe it. It's the same thing. Send us to other, use other nations to punish us. So, if it wasn't for Christ's redemption, which we are looking forward for this time, from the looks of things, we'll be going back into slavery.
Gone.
Mm. Look at what is happening in Jamaica with the crime situation. 15 shot in 24 hours
Gone.
across several parishes. It's like a demon unleashed on our people, because these are similar things that those people keep going up to the Mexico America border there. It's things like these that is happening in Jamaica is happening in their country, why they have to be fleeing.
Right.
people after them to kill them. And they just get a chance to flee. And they're gone. It's terrible, man. Terrible, terrible things happening to our people. And
God.
the reality is it's just one way out. Just like in the time here of Jehoahaz the king and the time now, it's really just one way out. Just look to God, right?
Right.
Follow his live by his laws, by his commandments, right? Live by them. I mean, you live by them. If you live by the commandments, a lot of the confrontation that you come into with people, these worldly confrontation would be avoided. The confrontation that you and people might have would be righteous, and then God would defend you, and
Right.
you wouldn't be the one running. Right? So in other words, you keeping the laws. Somebody see you don't like him, don't know why he don't like you. Him can't do nothing do. But
Right.
you're not keeping the laws now. You believe that you can eat pork. You believe that you can sell drugs. You believe that you can sell weed, burn weed. The confrontation you and a man have now, you puff weed in him face, right? You try to sell him drugs.
Right.
You try to solicit sex from his daughter. Those unrighteous acts.
Right.
These things oftentimes is what get our people into the trouble that they have to flee. But let your confrontation with a man be because you are keeping the laws and he is not. And say if he's not, a different thing,
Right.
right? But your oppressor don't want that. So your oppressor find ways to when the punishment of the curses of the law, sorry, the curses of the covenant catch you, then they tell you that you know you're not you're not praying hard enough. You're not doing that enough.
Mm.
You're robbing the Lord. It's because you're robbing the Lord. You're not throwing the tithes.
Right.
Things like those.
Gone.
And it's not so. This is why we turning back the hands of the hands of the clock and reading from the Old Testament coming up, showing our people that these things that you see we're reading, it mirrors what is happening today. It's nowhere different. So you're not keeping the laws, whether you're under your own people or you're under another nation. You're gonna be punished.
Right.
All right, read on.
Another one. Gone. Verse 4. And Jehoahaz besought the Lord, and the Lord hearkened unto him, for he saw the oppression of Israel, because the king of Syria oppressed them.
All right, so this king now come to him senses and realize that God is who we should be looking to. There was one leader out here who come to a similar sense. You remember Omar Davis?
Cancer.
When Omar Davis give up on a constituency, and he said something like his only God can help them. And the other leaders then come and then put a lot of social intervention program in his constituency. Now, what is happening now today? The leaders them need to look and besought the Lord, just like how the leader in the past here besought the Lord, so that the Most High will listen to them,
Right.
because they are the ones over the people. So if you are the one over the people and you not seeking God, God just not going to pay attention to neither you nor the flock,
Right.
right? Until Christ comes. It will be changing soon. We know that. But Boy, until it changes, the burden, the pressure is high.
Gun.
Right? The fire is blazing hot. And a lot of the people who snap, you have to kind of just understand where they are coming from too, because not everybody can hold the strength or the faith, like what I said now, hold the strength in this
Hold
Gideon.
the fear. Gun.
Right. It's not easy. We know that. But
Gun.
you still have to hold strength. Find ways, look at what you really need to survive. If we're talking about survival, talking about food, shelter, and clothing, plant where you can plant. I mean, in the plant, most time you have people go to the next day. People go to people are the one giving a problem.
Gun.
So anyway you take it, it's just problem. But can't give up. Look to God. If it is that you have to migrate, He will make you migrate. Whatever it is that he thinks you need to do to survive, He's going to open those doors for you.
Right.
Right. So the most I just listen to the king and say, all right, yeah, them Syrians are they really treat the people them too bad, man. All right, next verse.
Another one, gun. Verse 5. And the Lord gave Israel a savior, so that they went out from under the hand of the Syrians. And the children of Israel dwelt in their tents as before time.
All right, so right here now you're going to tell her that um the Lord gave Israel a savior. We know that in these days when the savior to come was a real warrior,
Gun.
one who would really go take the sword and fight. They are not named here, right? But we know it's a warrior who came up under Jehoahaz the king. And these warriors would go because all right, look at when Jerusalem collapsed 70 AD. One of the serious warrior group in Jerusalem, the name was it like Sikari, right? The Sikaris. You ever hear about the story
Gun.
behind the Sikari?
Gun, sir.
Right. And they don't really mention in the Bible.
Yeah.
We never really see them in the scriptures. But these were extensive warriors. And they understand the laws. They keep the law to the best of their understanding. But when the Most High is against the nation as a whole, not even your best warrior can stand against the weakest enemy fighter.
Gun.
Yeah, man. That's how it works. So you could be a what's the word you would use now? Special force. You could be a special force warrior. Little more. Once God is not with us, the weakest fighter on the enemy's side is stronger than your strongest fighter. All right, read on.
Gun. Another one, gun. Verse 6. Nevertheless, they departed not from the sins of the house of Jeroboam,
See?
who made Slakia, who made Israel sin, but walked therein, and they remained the grove also in Samaria.
See? No matter what the most I do for you, they don't come from under that sin. Yeah, the most I is going to the most I is going to still keep punishing them.
Right.
So there now they departed not from under the sins of Jeroboam, which means they still had the golden calf, right? Read on.
Yes, I continue.
Yeah, read on, read on.
Another one can, verse 7. Neither did he leave of the people to Jehoahaz, but 50 horsemen, and 10 chariots, and 10,000 footmen. For the king of Syria had destroyed them, and had made them like the dust by threshing.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So even though they come from under the Syrians kill out a lot of them.
Good.
That's what this is telling you. That this, because all the they were beating the Syrians, they were still under the sins of Jeroboam. But the Most High was just showing them mercy because, as bad as things be, you're punishing a child, There is that little tender side that make you still, after you whip him, you give him a plate of food and a glass of water still. You understand? So this was what happened here. The Most High was still looking and say, let me still show them some mercy. All right, read on.
Another one can, verse 8. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoahaz, and all that he did, and his might, are they not written in the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel?
Right, so there were other things that he did, Jehoahaz did, which are recorded elsewhere. All right, read on.
Another one can, verse 9. And Jehoahaz slept with his fathers, and they buried him in Samaria, and Joash his son reigned in his stead.
Mm-hmm. Continue.
Verse 10. In the 37th year of Joash king of Judah began Jehoahash the son of Jehoahaz to reign over Israel in Samaria, and reigned 16 years. Verse 11. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not from all the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who made Israel sin, but he walked therein. Verse 12. And the rest of the acts of Joash, and all that he did, and his might, wherewith he fought against Amaziah, king of Judah, are they not written in the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel?
Right. So that is this civil war within our nation. The only time it seems that when we were not fighting with the northern kingdom was when both kings of the north and the south, the kings that Jehu killed, when both of them were serving Baal.
God.
That seemed to be the only time when there was no war between the north and the south.
God.
But after that, after that war, after the southern king, the king from the south, go back to Jerusalem, why it's war again? Because the northern king, even though they weren't serving Baal at the time, they were serving the golden calf. Continue reading.
Another one can, verse 13. And Joash slept with his fathers, and Jeroboam sat upon his throne. And Joash was buried in Samaria with the kings of Israel. Verse 14. Now Elisha was fallen sick of his sickness, whereof he died. And Joash the king of Israel came down unto him, and wept over his face, and said, O my father, the chariot of Israel, and the horsemen thereof.
Right. This was what this was something that what's his name? This was what the king, sorry, Elijah had said when he saw the chariot of the Most High. Chariots of Israel and the horsemen thereof. So that became famous. What they knew of Elisha.
God.
You only know of it through stories. But back then it was knowledgeable. It was knowledge amongst the people that Elisha did see the chariots of Israel and the angels that were operating it. All right, but here now he is sick on his deathbed. The king now come and visit him and remembering what he had said. Continue.
Gun one gun. Verse 15. And Elisha said unto him, Take bow and arrow. And he took unto him bow and arrows. Verse 16. And he said unto the king of Israel, Put thine hand upon the bow. And he put his hand upon it. And Elisha put his hands upon the king's hand. Verse 17. And he said, Open the window eastward. And he opened it. Then Elisha said, Shoot. And he shot. And he said, The arrow of the Lord's deliverance, and the arrow of deliverance from Syria. For thou shalt smite the Syrians in I.S.U.P.K till thou have consumed them.
Read on.
Verse 18. And he said, Take the arrows. And he took them. And he said unto the king of Israel, Smite upon the ground. And he smote thrice and stayed. Verse 19. And the man of God was wroth with him and said, Thou shouldest have smitten 5 or 6 times. Then hadst thou smitten Syria till thou hast consumed it. Whereas now thou shalt smite Syria but thrice. Verse 20. And Elisha died, and they buried him. And the bands of the Moabites invaded the land at the coming in of the year.
Yeah.
Verse 21. And it came to pass, as they were burying a man, that behold, they spied a band of men, and they cast the man into the sepulchre of Elisha. And when when the man was let down and touched the bones of Elisha, he revived and stood up on his feet.
You see, Elisha was a special man, Even in death, you wonder, why then did a person like that die? But even in death, his bones were able to bring a man back to life.
God.
God then decided to, but yeah, so then bury Elisha now. So that band, the man come down upon we now. Put the coffin down in this. And like the coffin that turn over or something. And as soon as he drop on Elisha bone, he come back to life. But this strength that the power that Christ will be displaying when he returns.
God.
Display again when he returns. Continue.
Another one gun, verse 22. But Hazael, king of Syria, oppressed Israel all the days of Jehoahaz. Verse 23. And the Lord was gracious unto them, and had compassion on them, and had respect unto them, because of his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and would not destroy them, neither cast he them from his presence as yet.
All right, so well, it says as yet, but this is why, even unto today, why the Most High, he's a man. Well, God is one who keeps his word. He made a covenant and a promise to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, about their seed, that he will always be with their seed. When they misbehave, he will chastise them, but he will not forsake them. So, this 400 years of punishment, why Moses still has not chastised us, but, I still has not forsaken us, but
right.
Give us some serious chastisement. All right, go on again. That's it.
Verse 24.
24.
So Hazael, king of Syria, died, and Ben-Hadad, his son, reigned in his stead. Verse 25. And Jehoash, the son of Jehoahaz, took again out of the hand of Ben-Hadad, the son of Hazael, the cities which he had taken out of the hand of Jehoahaz his father by war. 3 times did Joash beat him and recover the cities of Israel.
Right. So that was what when Elisha was on his deathbed. That was what he wanted the king to get over. You know what I'm saying? You should have shot more arrows. You shot only 3. If you had shot 5 or 6, then you would have gotten rid of the Syrians for good. But you only shot 3, so you're only going to beat them 3 times. Kind of this is the significance of obedience and things as simple as that. Continue.
Another one can. This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 14 and verse 1. In the 2nd year of Joash, son of Jehoahaz, king of Israel, reigned Amaziah, the son of Joash, king of Judah. Verse 2. He
Right.
was.
So, hold on. The son of who?
The son of Salakia. Which one you attack?
Verse 1
or Jehoahaz.
Read verse 1 again.
Another one can. In the 2nd year of Joash, son of Jehoahaz, king of Israel, reigned Amaziah, the son of Joash, king of Judah.
Right. So this now is talking about Judah.
Okay.
Kings with similar names. Well, one is in the northern kingdom, one in the southern kingdom. So this show that both kingdoms, and this is what the church ignores. Both kingdoms were significant to God. Right? He punished both kingdoms, but who they talk about most? Mostly Judah they talk about, but Israel, who was more tribes. Judah was just 2.5 tribes, but Israel was 10 tribes, 9.5 actually. Right? So it's just as important. Read on.
Another one can. Verse 3. Slakia. Verse 2. And he was 25 years old when he began to reign, and reigned 29 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Jehoadan of Jerusalem.
All right. So
you see,
Sorry. But you see, for women who talk about, or people who talk about, a pay man run things in the Bible, I think. They name the kings and they name the father and the mother of the kings.
Gone.
Yeah. But women don't carry seed, so you don't trace and say, most of them tell us daughter of so and so. Just like Jezebel daughter who the southern king did marry. But they don't need to. They can't trace no bloodline with them because it goes right back to the man.
Right.
So they trace the name the kings. Sorry. Father, and then name the mother. All right, continue.
Another one can, verse 3. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, yet not like David his father. He did according to all things as Joash his father did.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 4. Albeit the high places were not taken away, as yet the people did sacrifice and burn incense on the high places. Verse 5.
Hold
And it
on.
came, sorry,
That is it again. They did what?
another one can. Albeit the high places were not taken away, as yet the people did sacrifice and burn incense on the high places.
So both kingdom, both the north and the south, both Israel and Judah, had a sin which was like a thorn in the
Okay.
flesh, which keeps annoying. It becomes annoying to God. The northern kingdom had the golden calf, which was called the sins of Jeroboam, and the southern kingdom had high places.
Okay.
They will go and sacrifice in the high places. And these are the main things, because if you notice, this is mentioned almost in everything under every king. Even when they wipe out the other sins and things, it seems that albeit they still kept the high places if it's the southern kingdom. And if it's northern kingdom, it's albeit they still cling to the sins of Jeroboam, the house of Jeroboam. And those were the things that got us kicked out the land.
Right.
Read on.
Another one can. Verse 5. And it came to pass, as soon as the kingdom was confirmed in his hand, that he slew his servants which had slain the king his father.
Right. So as soon as him secure the throne, and just kill back him and them who kill him father. Well, I don't know if I can call it justice or revenge, but yeah, kill the murderers. But his father was the king which um Jezebel, I think it was Jezebel's daughter, who Ahab, I think, married, and when he died, when the king died, when Jehu killed that southern king with the northern king, that mother, no, the wife of the king, it was Ahab, kill out all the royal seed, and one was saved, named Joash. Joash now became king, I think it was age 7, right? And then, grew up in the temple, do all the wonderful things before God. But when he was tested, he still buckled. When he realized the great company that was encircling him at Jerusalem, him empty out all the gold and silver and something and carry go give the Syrians. Right? That was why the servants kill him. No, man, a God fight the battle, man. You don't do things like that. So his son now, which is one of David's grandson, is now on the throne. And that son take revenge for those that killed Joash. All right, continue.
Canada 1 Can, verse 6. But the children of the murderers he slew not, according unto that which is written in the book of the law of Moses, wherein the Lord commanded, saying, the fathers shall not be put to death for the children, nor the children be put to death for the fathers, but every man shall be put to death for his own sin.
Right. And yet still you are saying the Bible is outdated. And this is what you still do today. You still do not punish. A child commit a sin, you don't punish the mother or the
Right.
father. You punish that child. Well, him not a child as in a babe, but he's still the child of those parents. Even when he's an adult, still the child of those of a mother and a father. You don't punish them. If the parents, is only God visit sins of the parents and the children. You don't need him do that. Our laws don't tell us to do that. All right, continue.
Canada 1 Can, verse 6. He slew of Edom in the valley of Salt 10,000, and took Selah by war, and called the name of it Joktheel unto this day.
Read that again.
Canada 1 Can, verse 7. He slew of Edom in the valley of Salt 10,000, and took Selah by war, and called the name of it Joktheel unto this day.
Okay, yeah. So the northern kingdom was perplexed by the Syrians. And the southern kingdom, no, that's Judah. Have to make sure them control the Edomites. You know, once again, proof that the Bible not outdated. Look at the flip of things now. Which tribe is wholly and solely under the Edomites? It's the Judites.
Good.
Every tribe is in America, you know, but every tribe has a land somewhere else. Every one of them. Well, not 100% true, because Florida, the Florida have who again? The original Florida man. It means the tribe of
The Seminole Indians.
yeah, man. The tribe of Reuben.
Reuben, that?
Yeah, Reuben, the tribe of Reuben.
Okay.
And you have the Gadites. You have the Gadites under them ants too. Right.
Okay.
But those are the northern kingdom. The northern kingdom wasn't over Edom. It was the southern kingdom, which was Judah. And if you then come back now, I have Judah right under them feet. You have the 12 tribe under their feet, you know. But, you know, Judah, I mean, can we say that Judah get it worse? Can't really say that, you know, because if it wasn't for UPK, we wouldn't know about the Seminole Indians, you know.
Right.
You know that.
Can.
Trust me, if it wasn't for UPK, we would do that. This don't know anything about those Seminole Indians. I know that they're not tribe or not Reuben. They would have just gone into oblivion.
Can.
We know about the Judites because they are inventors. You know, they're pumping some good money to the economy.
Can.
Right? And we would still be watching Cowboy Show and, you know, cheering for the cowboy rather than cheering for the Apache.
Can.
I just watch Cowboy Show and they catch a show fever and say, look out, Indian coming. You should be saying, hey, don't look around, man. Let that Indian scalp you.
It's like yes, sir. Every black person want to name off of some famous cowboy, you know?
Oh boy, you know?
Yeah.
Nobody don't want, no, we don't want name Rain Face and
Sitting bull or
Bull and them name. One
God,
name Trinity.
God.
And the other one, the name again, Levan Cliff. And all them bad cowboys.
God.
Right? But back in something another BC, the Judites had Edom, who is the white man of today, under their feet. And it's going to happen again. So the Most High got delivered back Edom under Judah. Gonna be Judah's responsibility to make sure that the Edomites don't come back out. All right, read on.
Another one, gun. Verse 8. Then Amaziah sent messengers to Jehoash, the son of Jehoahaz, son of Jehu, king of Israel, saying, come, let us look one another in the face. Verse 9. And Jehoash, the king of Israel, sent to Amaziah, king of Judah, saying, the thistle that was in Lebanon sent to the cedar that was in Lebanon, saying, give thy daughter to my son to wife. And there passed by a wild beast that was in Lebanon and trod down the thistle. Verse 10, thou hast indeed smitten Edom, and thine heart has lifted thee up. Glory of this, and tarry at home, for why shouldest thou meddle to thy earth, and thou shouldest fall, even thou, and Judah with thee.
Yeah. Go on.
Another one, verse 11. But Amaziah would not hear. Therefore, Jehoash, king of Israel, went up, and he and Amaziah, king of Judah, looked one another in the face at Beth Shemesh, which belonged to Judah.
Right.
Another one, verse 12. And Judah was put to the worse before Israel, and they fled every man to their tent.
So, Judah now, in other words, Judah was put to flight. In the southern kingdom now come to the northern kingdom. That's why I'm telling you, let us look one another face to face. I want to talk, I'm bring to you, you know.
Yeah, man, God.
Yeah, bad man talk.
And basically, I say, come meet me face to face then, if you think say okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. God.
Well, he went and meet him face to face and put Judah to flight.
God.
Bust them ass. So this was how we ended up having people of our own people enslaving them. We had as servants, I should say. Because we had in our laws rules when your people become slave to your own, you can't, the oppression is not the same as if it was another nation.
God.
Right? But it was moments like these that caused that, because when these Judites came up with them, and if they overthrow them, what do you think they do with them? They make them become their servants.
God.
The ones who they capture, they become their servants. All right, read on.
Another one, verse 13. And Jehoash, king of Israel, took Amaziah, king of Judah, the son of Joash, the son of Ahaziah, at Bethshemesh, and came to Jerusalem, and brake down the wall of Jerusalem from the gate of Ephraim unto the corner gate, 400 cubits.
Right. You see, it wasn't only strangers who break down Jerusalem wall while we were there. Our own people did it too.
Gun.
Continue.
Another one, gun, verse 14. And he took all the gold and silver and all the vessels that were found in the house of the Lord and in the treasures of the king's house and hostages and returned to Samaria. Verse 15. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoash, which he did, and his might, and how he fought with Amaziah, king of Judah, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel?
Right. All these things are recorded. Right. It's only some acts that really make it to the Bible. So when we meet people and them tell about the Bible don't have everything in it and so on. Really and truly, you know, we were living in that land for more than 1,000 years. You can imagine you compact 1,000 years history into 66 books.
Right.
Let's say 100 books. Even 100 books. So just like in those days, back in the days, when our people found all kind of excuses not to serve God. It's the same way today. When they're talking about the Bible don't have everything, you know, the Bible is and the Bible that.
Bible could have everything.
That is just their way of appeasing themselves for not serving God.
God, for them excuse.
Their excuse.
God.
All right, the Bible don't have everything. What are you going to do about serving God?
Right.
Still not doing
When you
anything,
have to stop smoke weed.
Right. You have the branch between your fingers, right?
God.
Sometimes I'm a drunkard, sometimes I'm a warmonger.
God.
Which the little that make it to the Bible still speak against those things. You're still not following the little that is in the Bible. So don't come tell me what the Bible don't have everything. Obviously, it don't make a difference to you.
Still okay, sir. Give me 1 second. Now come back.
Because all they have to do is just follow the little that you have. Right? When you follow the little that you have, the Most High will see it fit. All right? Yeah, they're doing good with these. Let me give them some more. All right? Let Christ come so that they can get some more things. Because they have been doing good with much, with a little. So let me give them much more. Well, you know you're not following what you have. And you come at the Bible don't have everything, you know. 66 books in the Bible, you're not doing what one of the books say. But you're complaining that you want more. More to do what? So that you have more books to disobey. They want more things to disobey, they don't want more things to follow. But really and truly, the Bible is just our history book. It holds our history. It contains what our people did. It's like a beacon then, a guiding light. That's why it's called the Word of God. God not sending any messenger now to say, thus saith the Lord. You go and read the Bible. Everything that we need to know to guide us through today is right there in the Bible. But because the slave master had the Bible and the whip, Bible in one hand and the whip in the other hand, we become scared of the Bible subconsciously. Become scared of the Bible. All right. So you remember which chapter, which verse you're on?
16.
Read on.
Slakia. Hold on 1 second. Make sure. King's house and hostage. 15, sir. Verse 15. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoash, which he did, and his might, and how he fought with Amaziah, king of Judah, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel?
All right. Recorded elsewhere again. Go on.
Another one can, verse 16. And Jehoash slept with his fathers and was buried in Samaria with the kings of Israel. And Jeroboam, his son, reigned in his stead. Verse 17.
That's the next Jeroboam now.
Another
Go
one
on.
can. Another one can. And Amaziah, the son of Joash, king of Judah, lived after the death of Jehoash, son of Jehoahaz, king of Israel, 15 years. Verse 18. And the rest of the acts of Amaziah, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah? Verse 19. Now they made a conspiracy against him in Jerusalem, and he fled to Lachish. But they sent after him to Lachish and slew him there.
Them chase him.
God.
Well, what's the proper word? Trail him
God.
all the way to Lachish. What the word again? Chapter 14.
Cancer. Yeah, man.
All right. Verse what
20.
now? Read on.
Verse 20. And they brought him on horses, and he was buried at Jerusalem with his fathers in the city of David. Verse 21. Right.
So this is this is how this is we. I mean, this this remind me of now 80. Let's see where the Asian them a leader come up with them feel and do what them want him to do.
God.
They assassinate him here. So maybe them Asian were the ones who were in the southern kingdom. They have the same attitude. Continue.
Another one can. Verse 21. And all the people of Judah took Azariah, which was 16 years old, and made him king instead of his father Amaziah.
All right.
Verse 20. Slakia.
Yeah, man. Continue.
Verse 22. He built Elat and restored it to Judah. After that, the king slept with his fathers.
Okay.
Verse 23. In the 15th year of Amaziah, the son of Joash, king of Judah, Jeroboam, the son of Joash, king of Israel, began to reign in Samaria and reigned 41 years. Verse 24. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not from all the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin.
There you have it again. That keep popping up. Continue.
Another one can, verse 25. He restored the coast of Israel from the entering of Amath unto the sea of the plain, according to the word of the Lord God of Israel, which he spake by the hand of his servant Jonah, the son of Amittai, the prophet, which was of Gas-Hefer.
Hold on. Jonah. There was another Jonah. All right.
Slakia, sir.
Yeah.
When was the time of Jonah?
Jonah was under the Persian captivity.
Okay, good.
And the Persian captivity was after the Babylonian captivity.
Good.
So this must have been a different Jonah. All right, what is it? He restored the coast of Israel from the entering of Hamath unto the sea of the plain, according to the word of the Lord God of Israel, which... All right, is it telling you that this Jeroboam restored the coast of Israel, meaning he gained back these places? Different Jonah, this one. Different Jonah. Continue.
Canal 1 can. Verse 26. For the Lord saw the affliction of Israel, that it was very bitter, for there was not any shut up, nor any left, nor any helper of Israel.
For Israel.
For Israel.
All right. No one to help Israel. Just like today. No one to help. All the help for Ukraine, eh?
Gone.
And none to say, let's help the Lord's people. Continue.
Canada 1 can. Verse 27. And the Lord said not that he would blot out the name of Israel from under heaven, but he saved them by the hand of Jeroboam, the son of Joash.
So this Jeroboam now become a savior, but he still follow the sins of the other Jeroboam. Call him Jeroboam the second. Continue.
Canada 1 can, verse 28. Now the rest of the acts of Jeroboam and all that he did, and his might, how he warred, and how he recovered Damascus and Hamath, which belonged to Judah for Israel, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel?
All right. So you see what happened now. He was a warrior. But how is he mentioned in the scriptures? Just roughly about 7 to 8 verses in get. But he did 41 years on the throne, right? And you only get 7 verses in the scriptures. So when somebody will tell about some books drop out and something, it's not only some books not in the scripture. There are some other acts of persons that are mentioned in the scripture, which is those acts. And I can tell you, if they talk about how we warred and things, you're talking about some glorious battle like what the Maccabees brothers did, which was recorded.
God.
But those wars are not recorded. All right, continue.
Canada 1 can, verse 29. And Jeroboam slept with his fathers, even with the kings of Israel, and Zacharias his son reigned in his stead.
All right. So his son, right, his son became king. All right, chapter 15.
Canada 1 can. This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 15 and verse 1. In the 27th year of Jeroboam, king of Israel, began as Azariah, son of Amaziah, king of Judah, to reign. Verse 2. 16 years old was he when he began to reign, and he reigned 52 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Jecoliah of Jerusalem.
So this king now did 52 years. Damn. So serious. Well, 50 years on the throne, that's called again golden anniversary or so.
Slacky, I'm not sure.
I seen that about Jubilee. The Queen, our celebration the other day.
God. Yeah, she celebrates 70 years and them
70
call it
years she did.
Golden Jubilee or something like that.
Golden Jubilee, right.
God.
I don't think any of our king did 70 years on the throne here. David did 40.
God.
One of David's grandson, more than one of them, did 50. This one of 52. All right, continue.
Another one can, verse 3. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, according to all that his father Amaziah had done.
All right. So God saw that he did all that was right. That means he kept the laws, he execute judgment according to the laws. But there was one thing that he didn't do. Continue.
Another one can, verse 4. Save that the high places were not removed. The people sacrificed and burned incense still on the high places.
There you have it. So that high place is no high place, whatever the high place was and whatever they did there was a thorn. And these things that were kept, you don't need to question it. It wasn't the poor people who were doing it, It was the nobles and the rich commercial people. Those no traders. Well, they used to call them traders then. Those rich traders. Still there?
Cancer, yeah, man. Yeah, hear me, sir?
Yeah, can.
Okay, come.
I see something pop up in the chat here. I wonder, You see it?
Cancer, yeah, man. I see it from long time.
We just seen it. All right, so
like, yeah. And at first, I see that happen either.
really, okay. All right, then can come back to him senses somehow.
Gone.
We're at again talking about Azariah reigning now. So the southern kingdom maintained these high places were maintained for the rich, because these rich, remember we had mixed multitude among us, and they were traders and so on, and some were good servants to us, and then they had our noblemen and things. Many of them believe that it was because they sacrificed to the high places why they were able to maintain their power. Yeah. But that's not so.
Gone.
These things anger the Most High God. Continue.
Another one can, verse 5. And the Lord smote the king, so that he was a leper unto the day of his death, and dwelt in a several house, Salakia. And Jotham the king's son was over the house, judging the people of the land.
Become a leper, so he have to take away himself and him can't face the people as a leper.
God.
All right. But he put him son now to do the judgment. Continue.
Another one can, verse 6. And the rest of the acts of Azariah and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel?
Kings of Judah.
Judah, Salakia.
7.
Another one can, verse 7. So Azariah slept with his fathers, and they buried him with his fathers in the city of David. And Jotham, his son, reigned in his stead.
Right. 8.
Verse 8. And in the 30th and 8th year of Azariah, king of Judah, did Zechariah, the son of Jeroboam, reign over Israel in Samaria 6 months.
Tell you know, it's not that them some of them just like 18, you know. 6 months and them plan a coup.
God.
I did if you ask, you know. Read that like we see how him then. If they put it there.
Another one, gun, verse 9. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord, as his fathers had done. He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin.
Right. So it's because of this other Jeroboam why they keep on have to say Jeroboam the son of Nebat.
Okay.
Because it was 2 Jeroboam that sat on the throne of Israel. All right. Next verse.
Another one, gun, verse 10. And Shalom, the son of Jabesh, conspired against him and smote him before the people and slew him and reigned in his stead.
See? Somebody kill him. Somebody killed Zechariah within 6 months. Continue.
Another one, gun, verse 11. And the rest of the acts of Zechariah, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel.
All right, there's not much recording for him in the Chronicle because he never sit in the throne long enough. But he is named among the kings. Continue.
Another one, gun, verse 12. This was the word of the Lord which he spake unto Jehu, saying, Thy sons shall sit on the throne of Israel unto the 4th generation. And so it came to pass.
You know, when I saw it and I said that the same one here reign in his stead, that's what I remember, you know. The promise that the Most High said to Jehu, said, because of what you have done, your sons shall sit on this throne up to the 4th generation. And you see, as you reach the 4th generation, Bops, as a matter of fact, the 4th generation will last for 6 months.
God.
And then the next man kill him and reign in his stead. Shalom, kill him. Continue.
Another one, gun, verse 13. Shalom, the son of Jabesh, began to reign in the 9th and 30th year of Uzziah, king of Judah, and he reigned a full month in Samaria.
So he killed one man out of 6 and him gone to 1.
God.
He locked him to a full month. All right, 14.
Another one, gun, verse 14. For Menahem, the son of Gadi, went up from Tirzah and came to Samaria and smote Shalom, the son of Jabesh, in Samaria and slew him and reigned in his stead.
Go on.
Verse 15. And the rest of the acts of Shalom and his conspiracy which he made, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel.
Go on.
Verse 16. Then Menahem smote Tifsa and all that were therein, and the coast thereof from Tirzah, because they opened not to him. Therefore he smote it, and all the women therein that were with child he ripped up.
I think these were his people too, you know. Yeah, those who would not serve him.
God.
Those of his people would say, you can't rule over we. Treat them terrible. Continue.
Another one, gun, verse 17. In the 9th and 30th year of Azariah, king of Judah, began Menahem the son of Gadi, to reign over Israel, and reigned 10 years in Samaria.
Okay, you get some good times. 10 years. Go on.
Verse 18, and he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not all his days from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 19, and Pul, the king of Assyria, came against the land, and Menahem gave Pul 1,000 talents of silver, that his hand might be with him to confirm the kingdom in his hand.
Buy him out. Okay. Go on.
Another one, verse 20. And Menahem exacted the money of Israel, even of all the mighty men of wealth, of each man 50 shekels of silver, to give to the king of Assyria. So the king of Assyria turned back and stayed not there, there in the land.
Okay. Everybody have to come up with money.
God.
Continue.
Another one, verse 21. And the rest of the acts of Menahem and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Israel?
Right. So they are recorded. But this one, the 10 year, but him still fail. Continue.
Another one, verse 22. And Menahem slept with his fathers, and Pekahiah, his son, reigned in his stead.
All right. So read about Pekahiah now.
Verse 23. In the 50th year of Azariah, king of Judah, Pekahiah, the son of Menahem, began to reign over Israel in Samaria, and reigned 2 years.
Okay, so Pekahiah do 2 years. The one before him do 10, him get 2. His father do 10, him do 2. Go on.
God. Verse 24. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin.
There you have it again. All right. So right away, you know that this is another failed shepherd. Another failed shepherd. Go on.
God. Verse 25. But Pekah, the son of Ramaliah, a captain of his conspired against him, and smote him in Samaria, in the palace of the king's house, with Argob and Arieh, and with him 50 men of the Gileadites. And he killed him and reigned in his room.
You see, because the southern kingdom, the Most High, made the throne a promise to David. So all who sat on the throne was David's descendants. Now, in the northern kingdom, yeah, the Most High first gave it to Jeroboam, but he didn't promise Jeroboam that all his sons will sit on the throne. No. So because of that, now we see how many different persons became king. Most of them not have no royal blood.
God.
All right, continue.
Another one, verse 28. And he did that which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not from the sins of Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who made Israel to sin. Verse 29. In the days of Pekah, king of Israel, came Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, and took Ijon and Abel-Beth-Makkah, and Janoah, and Kadesh, and Azar, and Gilead, and Galilee, all the land of Naphtali and carried them captive to Assyria. Yeah.
So this was because of that sin of Jeroboam, bit by bit. They say, who come up and give them now? They get rid of the Assyrians, but sorry, the Syrians, but now the Assyrians turn on them. All Naphtali.
God.
Why the Naphtali? What is of Naphtali today?
Naphtali. I think that is down maybe Argentina.
Argentina to Chile.
I think so. Slovakia.
So, bam, land of Naphtali now gone into captivity. Gone.
Another one, Gun, verse 30. And Oshia, the son of Elah, made a conspiracy against Pekah, the son of Ramaliah, and smote him and slew him and reigned in his stead in the 20th year of Jotham, the son of Uzziah.
31.
Verse 31. And the rest of the acts of Pekah and all that he did, behold, they are written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel.
Right, recorded there. So one more field leader. Go on.
Another one, Gun. Verse 32. In the second year of Pekah, the son of Ramaliah, Slakia, king of Israel, began Jotham, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah, to reign. Verse 33. 25 years old was he when he began to reign. And he reigned 16 years in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Jerusha, the daughter of Zadok.
Okay. All right. Zadok. Zadok was a priest, I think.
So. There was a priest named Zadok.
Zadok, yeah.
Gun.
All right, continue.
Another one, Gun. Verse 34. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord. He did according to all that his father Uzziah had done.
All right. Let me see what the most I'm going to say he didn't do now. Continue.
Another one, Gun. Verse 35. Albeit the high places were not removed, the people sacrificed and burned incense still in the high places. He built the higher gate of the house of the Lord.
Continue.
Verse 36. Now the rest of the acts of Jotham and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Judah?
You see, this high place and this golden calf, these were the things that got us kicked out the land.
God.
And our oppressors who have access to our records, they know this. Because we just reading it and we read it and we know. They have it for hundreds of years studying, you know. Right? And just like in those universities where they are the bones of our people in America, they are the bones of our people in the university studying. They were studying us in all different ways.
God.
Studying us according to how we serve with God, according to our physical structure, the food that we eat, what sickness are we mainly plagued by, what makes us strong. You know,
God.
the entire works, because
God.
you know, they want to know how they can make so much money off these people and these people still going. Kill them out so much and they're still going. And still pumping in billions of dollars to the American economy every year. You know, they have been studying this from more than 100 years now. So, we sacrificing in high places back then, recorded in the scriptures. So they know, For us to keep these people, we have to keep them in sin. So today they use religion, they use food, they use every kind of thing to keep us away from the Most High God, because they are making monies off us. Continue.
Canada one can. Verse 37. In those days the Lord began to send against Judah Razin, the king of Syria, and Pekah, the son of Ramaliah.
Right. So because Judah won't leave the high places, the Most High know. Just like how him keep sending punishment to the northern kingdom, he started now to the southern kingdom. Yeah, man, because we are coming up to the time where captivity is on the way. Go on.
Canada one can, verse 38. And Jotham slept with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of David, his father. And Ahaz, his son, reigned in his stead.
Of course. So all of these, all them rulers were both northern and southern, all of them fail. But there is one who the Most High is going to give us that will not fail. And he has been talked about from even from the time of these kings, right? Well, mainly after these kings. And take me to John, John 10, 11 to 16.
Canada one can. Canada one can. This is the book of John, chapter 10, and verse 11. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep.
Right. So these other kings now, or leaders, they were shepherds, but they were not good. They think about themselves. The shepherd who is going to give his life for the sheep don't think about himself. He think about the sheep,
Gone.
protecting the sheep. I'm willing to go and face a bear and a lion like David without considering that that bear and lion might kill me, right? So sacrificing to these high places and sacrificing, keeping up the sins of Jeroboam. These kings were looking about themselves. How can I keep the throne? You know, satisfy these people by allowing them to do this, and I will keep the throne. You understand? Which way they should have just make a stand for the sheep, for the flock, and say, I am going to serve God. Get rid of this. We are all going to serve God. Get rid of these high places. We would still be in that land. Continue.
Canada one can. Verse 12. But he that is an hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, sees the wolf coming and leaveth the sheep, and fleeth, and the wolf catcheth them and scattereth the sheep.
All right. This now in John, what you're reading, this is Christ speaking. Speaking is Christ is telling that he's the good shepherd. He's willing to lay down his life for the sheep. The leaders that we have now, they are hirelings, man. They compromise. They tell LGBT, oh, you can come to our church. Of course, yeah, salvation is for you too. When they know that that's not in the scriptures. But they are hirelings. Continue.
Canada one can. Verse 13. The hireling fleeth, because he is an hireling, and careth not for the sheep.
All right. That's it. He care about himself, not the sheep. Continue.
Right.
Continue.
Canada one can. Verse 14. I am the good shepherd, and know my sheep, and am known of mine. Verse 14. And as the Father knoweth me,
15.
Yeah, 15, sir. As the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep.
Right. The good shepherd will lay down his life for the sheep, meaning he protects the sheep at all costs, even if it costs him in life. 16.
Canada 1 Con, verse 16. And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold, them also I must bring, and they shall bear my voice.
Hear
Slack,
my
hear my voice. And there shall be one fold and one shepherd.
All right, this is talking about the northern kingdom. Christ was in the southern kingdom. Christ was in Judah. So when Christ said, and other sheep I have, he was talking about 10 more tribes. Well, 9.5 more tribes, which was out there, which was more than the flock at there at Jerusalem. And he was telling you that he'll have to bring them in. All right, give me Jeremiah 3, Jeremiah 3, 14 to 18.
Canada 1 Con. Canada 1 Con. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 14. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you, and I will take you one of a city and two of a family, and I will bring you to Zion.
All right. So this is telling you think of today. What was it, verse 1?
Verse 40.
You think of today. There's so much cities in the world, thousands of cities in the world, you know. And from the time of Jeremiah, he said, that Moses said he will take one from the city
God.
and two from a family and carry back to Zion. Who is he talking to? He's talking to the Israelites. And this is what Christ was talking about.
God.
Read on.
Canada 1 Con, verse 15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
Right. The shepherds that is to be over the people will feed the people rather than keep the people. Like today, you go in church and you really want to know about, the scriptures and things. You have Bible studies and they just tell you. When they tell you about, like, Jeremiah now, who you think you study? You study Jeremiah now, you don't study the teachings of Jeremiah. You study Jeremiah, you study Job, you study Moses. Other than teachings, you study. Continue.
God. God. Verse 16. And it shall come to pass, when ye be multiplied and increase in the land, in those days, saith the Lord, they shall say no more, the ark of the covenant of the Lord. Neither shall it come to mind, neither shall they remember it, neither shall they visit it, neither shall that be done anymore.
All right. No Ark of the Covenant memories. We will have the Good Shepherd to look to. The Good Shepherd will be that Ark, will be that new covenant. All right, take me to Jeremiah. Still Jeremiah, go to chapter 23. Reading 3 to 8.
Canada 1 Con. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 3. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries, whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase.
All right. Bring us again back in the land under our tribes. That's what I mean by to their fold. Bring it to your tribes.
Right.
Right. Next verse.
Canada 1 Con, verse 4. And I will set up shepherd over them which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed. neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord.
Right. So no shepherd over us who keep us in no high places and keep us with no golden calf for their own selfish gains. Right? No, not
Right.
knowing that they are destroying the sheep. Continue.
Another one gone. Verse 5. Behold, the day come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth.
Right. So that's Christ. Christ is that good shepherd who shall Christ. When Christ in John, which we read first, tell you that I am the good shepherd. Christ was speaking to this. What Jeremiah said. Jeremiah
Okay.
tell you that the Moses is going to send a good shepherd. So Christ was confirming to the people, I am that good shepherd that Jeremiah spoke of. That's basically what he was saying. He was a
Right.
good shepherd. They think that Christ just jump up and the church screw up with mind. They are terrible
Gone.
shepherds. They are not feeding the people. Christ said all these things. Where did Christ get it from? Christ just get up and say, I am the good shepherd. No, Jeremiah spoke of a good shepherd. And Christ just letting the people know that this good shepherd that Jeremiah speak of, that's me. Continue.
Gone. Another one gone. Verse 6. In his day Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name whereby he shall be called, the Lord our righteousness.
Right. Because he shall reign in righteousness, meaning that he shall judge according to the laws of the Most High. He won't be judging according to Parliament sitting down and making rules.
Right.
No. Judge according to the laws of God. Continue.
Another one gone. Verse 7. Therefore, behold, the day come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Verse
Right.
8.
So
Slack
the
it.
thing that we'll be talking about won't be Egypt. We coming from the land of Egypt. That was a great thing when they talk about God. The Lord which brought us up out of the land of Egypt. But this
Gone.
time, what are we going to say?
Another one gone. Verse 8. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land.
Right. So both the northern and southern kingdom, Christ said that other sheep I have which are not of this fold, referring to the northern kingdom. But
Right.
Jeremiah don't talk about these things. Right? Christ just confirm unto the people that, hey, here am I, that good shepherd that is supposed to lead you and them other ones from the north and make you be one. This is me, live and in living color. But they still always want to go to their high places and so, and their golden calf. So, well, the golden calf was out by that time, but they still want to go to their high places. So what did they do? They kill Christ.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And the Commonwealth Games the other day with the golden calf. That calf came back. You saw
Right.
the opening of the Commonwealth Games. Yeah, man.
Gone. Yeah,
That
man.
was the golden calf coming back to the people, man. Talking about the light. It brought the light they used to tame the bull, so that the bull can kind of something, whatever it is. Anyway, questions.
La, no question, sir.
All right. So with that, we pass the class to priest and officer Kayadwan.
All right, clap it up. All right, these are the ISUPK security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or a sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. Means 10 in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you'd like to give. Upcoming holy convocation, that is the memorial of the blowing of the trumpets. This is the first day of the 7th month, and this is Sunday the 25th of September. You can find this in the book of Leviticus chapter 23, verse 24 to 25. Reminding Akiam and Aquatiam to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and material. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he needs to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that, we say Imadium, which means to stand. So upon your Aquadam, which means turn and face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and then in English. Abanawa,
Abanawa,
Shabbat Shamaya,
Shabashamaya,
Kodash,
Kodash,
Ayah,
Ayah,
Shamka,
Shamka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Malakwatka,
Malakwatka,
Taba'a,
Taba'a,
Ratazaka,
Atazaka,
Ayah,
Ayah,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Maharataza,
Varataza,
Kawa,
Kawa,
Ayah,
Ayah,
Pashamaya,
Washamayam,
Nathanlanawa,
Athanlanaw,
Lakam,
Akam,
Kal,
Kal,
Yawam,
Yawam,
Wasalaklanawa,
Wasalaklanaw,
Kawabwatnawa,
Kawabwatnaw,
Kasalatnawa,
Wasalaknaw,
Kawabwatanawa,
Kawabwatyanaw,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Tabaya Anawa,
Tabayanaw,
Banasayawan,
Banasayawan,
Abal,
Abal,
Awashainawa,
Awashainaw,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Rai,
Rai,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Amalakwat,
Amalakwat,
Wa'ala,
Wahala,
Wa'atapara,
Wataparat,
La'aiwalamiam,
La'aiwalamyam,
Aman.
Aman. In English, our Father which art in heaven,
Our Father which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
Hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our debts,
Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us of our debts,
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation,
And lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom and the glory.
For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory,
Right. Forever so be it.
forever so be it.
Prayer for the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth and all things living.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth and all things living.
Yahweh, in the name of
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
in the name of Yahweh.
Listen to us now,
Listen to us now,
right now.
right now.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction
To the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets.
To the heathen that speak against us, thy prophets.
The teachers,
The teachers,
the princes,
the princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the Israelite brothers and the school.
the Israelite brothers and the school.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen.
And shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school.
And shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites.
And the nations.
And the nations.
And their drug dealers.
And their drug dealers.
The court system.
The court system.
The prison system.
The prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Pasikomatazi.
Pasikomatazi.
The gay movement.
Gay movement.
The lesbian movement.
The lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space program.
Army.
Army.
Navy.
Navy.
Air Force.
Air Force.
Marines.
Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet and the airways.
Open up the internet and the airwaves.
The cable access channel and the radio channels.
The cable access channels and the radio channels.
Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us.
Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us.
And bring swift destruction to all the heathen.
And bring swift destruction to all the heathen.
That stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words.
That stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Through the earth.
Through the earth.
And consume them.
And consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer.
Let YAHANNA, Michael, and Gabriel.
Let YAHANNA, Michael, and Gabriel.
Come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens.
Come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens.
That come up against us as we speak thy word.
That come up against us as we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all.
Cause it to be known by all.
That it is the angels that hath done it.
That it is the angels that has done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you always, so be it.
Thank you always, so be it. All right, this is the prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'asham Yahushai.
Masham Yahushua.
Baba Kwasha.
Baba Kosha.
Nathan Lanawa.
Nathan Lanawa.
Hakak.
Nakak.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Larapa'a.
Larapa'a.
Kalmakala.
Kalmakala.
Wakal Madawa.
Wakal Madawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lata'ar.
Latahar.
Amatazarayam.
Amatazarayam.
Hakak.
Hakak.
La'akwayam.
Lahakwayam.
Amathiam.
Amathiam.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Al-Rakawat.
Rakawat.
Atamala.
Atamala.
Lagarashan.
Lagarashan.
Ba'asham Yahushai.
Basham Yahushai.
THAWADAH man.
THAWADAH. In English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
The power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits to cast them out in the name of Yahushua.
The power against unclean spirits to cast them out in the name of Yahushua.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. All right, this is the prayer for the blessings to bless Israel. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Washam Yahushua.
Basham Yahushua.
Baraklanawa.
Baraklanawa.
Wayasharala.
Wayasharala.
Wa'a.
Waha.
Wayatsapariam.
Wayatsapariam.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapa'a.
Rapa'a.
Makan.
Makan.
Hagan.
Hagan.
Commanding General Yahanna.
Commanding General Yahanna.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
The young men and the sisters.
The young men and the sisters.
Washam Yahushua.
Basham Yahushua.
THAWADAH man.
THAWADAH man. All right, in English, what you have just said, Lord, in the name of Jesus, bless us and Israel and the school, bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones. In the name of Jesus, thank you, so be.
All right, sir, which means to turn. We're gonna give one courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel. I.S.U.P.K. Shabbat. I.S.U.P.K. Barak. Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushua Barakatha.
Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushua Barakatam.
Yadiyamata. We're gonna give one courtesy salute to the sisters, men of Israel. Sar, which means to turn and face the sisters, men of Israel. I.S.U.P.K. Shabbat. I.S.U.P.K. Barak. Yahweh Shamar Ailatan Ba'asham Yahushua. Yadiyamata. Class dismissed.
All right, so back rocking again. Remember, to our online viewers, send us your tithes, yeah. Pay your tithes to go to where go again? ISUPK.com.
ISUPK.com.
Yeah, man.
Slack, yeah.
Right. Yes, just pay your tithes. Jamaica here, you pay your tithes, we get the benefits. So just pay your tithes.
Right.
Right? Don't think that you're paying to some foreign entity. You're paying, we get the benefit. Pay your tithes.
Right.
Remember to like, subscribe, share our videos. Don't be afraid to comment. If you want to comment and cuss us out, no problem. No problem if you want to cuss the hell out of us. Right. We welcome all comments.
Right.
Because it is in you cussing us out that we know that you don't get it fully. And we fix what we can fix.
Right.
So everything all right on your side, the soldier?
Gun, sir. Yeah, man. Everything to up, sir.
Still holding the strain on this side.
Slacky, say that again.
Yes, I'm still holding the strain on this side,
Okay, gun. But Slacky, the work and thing, it a come on.
Yeah. The tiredness is coming on too.
Eh?
The tiredness coming on too.
Okay, gun. It a go Slacky, it a go so man. It come with it. Slacky. Yeah, man. There, man. Me I go on, you know what I mean? Go on easy back. You know what I mean? One more thing, sir. Try go live on TikTok as well. Yes, sir.
TikTok.
Yeah, man.
People are watching on TikTok.
Can, sir.
Okay. So
yeah, man. So when you have to be in class, then I can just log in from your end, and just live stream it.
Live stream TikTok.
People them are coming.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Them all ask question and them thing there too.
Boy, you get the answer.
We see the question them, so you know what I mean. If them ask a question, we just jump to a scripture and answer them. Because them are watch you live, so them are hear you. I know. You know what I mean? You understand?
Recorded. TikTok still
No,
not allowed.
on a pre-record, me send out, man. Them they are the pre-record them are like regular uploaded video where you can go live
Oh, we're
on
not talking
TikTok.
about pre-record. While you're doing the live,
Yeah.
TikTok now still don't allow you to record anything.
Oh no, them not allow you for replay, but it in the dashboard, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It in the dashboard, so you can go back and access the live. And them have a thing named highlights. So highlighted parts of your lives, you can re-upload back them to the regular page, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
all right.
Gone.
All right. So, shalom.
Gone, sir. Shalom.
All right. Yeah, watching me. I shall back at all.
Ya Hashem, Ya Shai Barakatah.